was working my fucking library card so that it said that the due date for all of my books was August 31st, 2020, which would put it to at what, the end of the fiscal year? And the thing about it is, I have 9 books checked out. And one of those books is Blacks in the Army Air Forces During World War II, The Problem of Race Relations, which I understand yesterday somebody had written an article about how there were allegations of discriminations concerning African Americans in the Air Force, but not one person has responded to the fact that an actual American, African American, award winning, military pioneering journalist during World War II who was active during the Civil Rights era, who was not ever arrested, who was not ever beaten by cops, but who was a civil rights leader, is nowhere to be found on any public record. And at the Black Culture and History section of the local library, no reference to him exists. Nobody seems to think that's discriminatory. That when you're socially engineering people by giving them selective access to their own history, you take out the award winning, pioneering veterans that were at the top of their specialization, but for whatever reason are not allowed to be acknowledged as a part of the history of the struggle in the current moment. I also just want to know who thought they wanted to give me until the end of the fiscal year, or at least my library card, which somebody really, really likes to use when they're trying to cover up for their acts of insurance fraud after they tried to broker deals involving their proposed legislation with people in the insurance industry concerning blackface's black interests, the representation of African Americans in Congress. I mean, I didn't want it to be this way. It's not my fault you interfered your COVID with my attempts to try to get to know about the community. Don't worry, I rechecked it out. We have a more appropriate due date, as in somebody checks the books out and then they take it back to the public library. I'm not letting you use me to run a line of credit on black Congress people until the end of the fucking fiscal year. Besides, that's over with today, right? You guys didn't meet it. You didn't meet the standard by the end of the day unless you guys do something amazing by midnight on Monday. It's just history.